It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely... I'm almost there! Random... Why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast for Saturday, May 30th, 2020. My name is Professor Sherman T. Klump, and Klump's once again in charge this week as I go through the topics here for you while Andrew's off in the bathroom. Professor! Sorry, Andrew. Anyway, what is Andrew going to talk about this week? Apparently, Chex Quest has gotten himself an HD remake. Wow, that's pretty cool, actually. Chex Quest is a pretty fun game. Sure was, Professor. Oh, yeah. Apparently, though, Andrew only found out about it last night, and that's kind of sad. What else we got here? Oh, yes, that's right. There's apparently a Kingdom Hearts series coming to Disney+. Now, Disney Plus seems to be the home of all stuff that wants to be fun and family-friendly, so how in the hell that's going to work, I don't know. The Weathering With You movie that's made by Makoto Shinkai apparently had a massive mistake that made it into the film, which is kind of interesting. There's an update apparently on the Kyoto Animation arson suspect. Street Fighter V is having a costume contest where it's asking for some free labor. And maybe another topic. Andrew has a note on here, possibly depending on time. Professor, don't give away my secrets! Oh, sorry, Andrew. Let's see here. Anyway, this is usually the part where Andrew goes and explains about his eBay page, I think. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's the advertisement. Okay. If you are always looking for some fun and excitement, feel free to swing by Andrew's eBay page. It's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. We'll see here. Wide variety of some interesting stuff, blah, blah, blah. Trading cards, DVDs, movies, games. One person's trash, another person's treasure. Yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, swing by, check out Andrew's eBay page, ARHOADS-2012, over on eBay. Now, if you're interested in some fun and exciting things, you can always check out Andrew's Twitter page. I'm constantly for sure that he's on there all the time. I'm almost certain of it. He constantly talks about Twitter all the time. Best of my knowledge, his Twitter handle is @OtakuRhodes over on Twitter. There is an official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Feel free to check that one out. Unfortunately, I am not allowed to post on that because apparently Andrew doesn't appreciate the sandwich post that I had thought about. It was a stupid idea, Professor! Now, you have no idea about that, whether or not it was stupid or not. It was up to you, not me. But anyway, feel free to check that out. And oh yeah, by the way, do not forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button, thumbs down button for the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe, ring the notification bell, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. Am I done now? Can I go get something to eat? Yes, Professor, you can go get something to eat. All right, thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so this is usually the part where I talk about how my week went, and I do want to apologize if you hear my fan off in the distance. It's a whopping 82 degrees in my room, and it is hot. I'm actually have the fan on, and I have it blowing at the ceiling to try to circulate the air, to try to cool it down a bit. It actually does work, but not by much. But it does work. So anyway, how'd my week go? Well, it was sort of long and adventurous, to say the least. I did record the Q&A video for May. Thank you all so much for submitting your questions. Next month's Q&A, I'm shooting for, depending on how everything pans out in the wide world of, well, everything. I'm kind of aiming to have all of the questions in for it by the 23rd at 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Because worst case scenario, if I am back to work by then, I'll probably be working Wednesdays and Fridays again. So I can aim to put it up either on the 25th, 27th, 28th, along with the podcast, or the 29th. So there is that. I'll let everybody know if it ends up changing beforehand, but I don't know that far ahead, and I don't know how the world's going to react or anything that could possibly happen. I do not have a crystal ball that tells you all the answers. I wish I did. I would be rich beyond my wildest dreams. So, there is that. But otherwise, my week went pretty well. I've recorded some extra videos. Worked on a couple things that I've been working on. I have not yet completed my video for here's all the drawings that I've done. Mostly because I have to go through and separate some of the smaller ones or keep them all together and extend the time on it a bit. But I figure if I separate as I just scan them all in like one picture for some like these really small pieces of paper. So I don't know if I want to just like expand that out or kind of keep it all together. I don't know. I'm still working on that, so don't shoot me if I don't get that done. It's a side project, and it's basically a little, here's what I did, so I can share it with everybody. So there is that. Otherwise, it's been sort of just, like I said, a dull, uneventful-ish week. Finished watching Leverage this week, which actually wasn't bad. I do like that show. The ending, though, was a little stupid, but the show itself was good. Let's see, what else did I do this week? Puzzles and Dragons did an update that was pretty cool. Tried catching up on Tower of God, but I failed, so now I'm 4 episodes behind, which is really pissing me off that I keep forgetting to watch that. Started watching some other stuff, checking out a few other things, and working on a few other side projects that I can in my spare time. So, yeah, it's been one of those weeks, basically. I tried to keep myself busy as best I could, but there was some stuff that I wanted to do that I didn't get a chance to do. And with this coming week possibly being my last week off, I don't know. I really, really want to try to unwind if I can and try to relax a bit. So I am aiming for that by pre-recording videos to put up this coming week. So hopefully, he says that with quotation marks, I'll be able to relax for a week. I doubt it highly because the last time I tried, I ended up getting inundated with something else I had to do. But hopefully this time I won't get inundated and I'll be able to do that. So that might be good. Otherwise, though, yeah, it's mostly just been one of those weeks. Not really much to say. Gonna try to start a new TV series to binge watch. I have like 2 seasons of it on DVD that I'm gonna put on, and I can look for season 3 and 4 then, which will work out really well. But otherwise, yeah, it's just been one of those weeks. You try to do stuff and other things happen and get in the way and blah 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 and all that fun stuff. But either way, that's about all I gotta say. Let's get into the podcast here, shall we? Because I got a lot to talk about this week. And I kind of want to try to keep it at about an hour to see if maybe I can get this to upload in one shot on YouTube this week. I doubt it highly, but I can try. Alright, so let's talk about Chex Quest. I loved Chex Quest as a kid. It was a free game that came in the boxes of Chex cereal. I think it had to have been 2nd grade when I first played it. It was a lot of fun. That was when they had the frosted mini Chex, and oh god, I loved those. Ooh, that's some stuff I'd love to see brought back. That and Guzzlers. God, I loved Guzzlers. But anyway, this was a really cool game. So it was basically a Doom clone, and it was very, very good. It was a non-violent Doom clone too, by the way. I mean, this was as G-rated as you could get. I mean, you're not killing the Flemoids, you're zapping them back to their own dimension. You're not technically dying, you're just being covered in slime and captured. You're not technically in harm's way. You can get scared a little bit. There are some jump scares in here if you're not careful, but otherwise, yeah, no. This was a non-violent version of Doom. Creepy, scary at certain points, but quietly non-violent. Well, General Mills released an HD remake of the original Chex Quest on Steam, and it's free. Now, I only found out about this last night, courtesy of IGN, and I looked it up with GameSpot, which is really cool. So, Chex Quest was one of the most creative ad campaigns of the 90s. Bundled the non-violent take on Doom with Chex cereal. General Mills released the newer HD remake up here, which is actually pretty cool. So you have it was in 1996. It was essentially an ambitious Doom mod, and some of the cheat codes for Doom will actually work in it, apparently. Or so I found out years ago. And there are people that speedrun this. I mean, you can look up speedruns of Chex Quest on YouTube. It is really cool. There are some really cool speedrunners that do this. I don't know what the whole thing is here for, but it's really cool. But anyway, it basically used, which is now outdated, by the way, a combination of 2D sprites and 3D environments. The HD remake overhauls the game's visuals, as well as providing some multiplayer modes with 6 playable characters. It's still an adver game, though, because in order to unlock those characters, you can buy packages of Chex Mix or Chex Mix's Instagram account for the codes. So you still have codes, which honestly sucks tremendously. You have to have. Why do you need to have codes? I mean, okay, you want to make this thing multiplayer, you want to make it free, I get that, but codes? Seriously? That's just like that's low ball in it, dude. I mean, we're talking like low shit here. But either way, this is pretty cool. I'm trying to see what one of the quote unquote things looks like. I think there might be a shot of it in this. There's like a video clip here, but I don't think it is. No. Okay, yeah, this chick's playing Doom, I guess. But I saw this on IGN's YouTube channel. It came up last night, and I was like, wait a minute, they're remaking Chex Quest? I'm like, well, this is pretty cool. Because the Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed this, and this really is a fun game. You can actually play all 3 versions. Now, there was an official Chex Quest 2 that got released online back in 1997, and the fan-made, technically I think Chex Quest 2 was technically fan-made too, but then you also have Chex Quest 3, which was put together by the original developer, and it was basically a thank you in a way to all the fans. And it includes the first 2 games as standalone episodes. And you can actually download Chex Quest 3 online. You can literally download that and play that straight off your computer. It is really good to go back old school on that. I never played Chex Quest 2 or 3 before I downloaded that, like in 2016. And my God, it was good. I loved Chex Quest 3. I thought, well, at least in Chex Quest 2, they fixed the issue with Zorcher number 5, because the thing that I loved about that game is that with Chex Quest you had 8 different weapons to choose from. You had the boot spork, and then the boot spoon, and then the super boot spork, which is basically just an electrified boot spoon it was basically a spork, but it was electrified with Zorch energy, which was really cool. You had the regular Zorcher, you had the rapid Zorcher. You had what was essentially like the shotgun Zorcher, which is one you picked up as in like level 3. You had the rapid Zorcher, which is number 4. I think I said that. I don't remember what number 2 was. Oh no, number 2 was the regular Zorcher. I just don't remember. Okay, I remember now. Okay, Boot Spoon was 1, and the Super Boot Spork when you got it was 1 too. But you could easily, I almost think you could like make them irreversible, but I don't remember. Regular Zorcher was 2. Shotgun Zorcher was 3. Rapid Zorcher was 4. 5 was it looked like a thermos or a coffee maker, and it ran the risk of hitting you. It was a Zorch launcher. 6 was my favorite one to use, because it just was like what you'd call the big-ass weapon in a way. And it was really cool. Well, it was a phase Zorcher thing, but it was really cool because it shot it out as a stream. And then you had what I call the BFG, which was number 7. I think there was an 8th one, but I don't remember. If not, then there was only 7. But either way, it was a fun game. I loved playing it. I loved getting the BFG in level 2. The Rapid Zorcher was a good weapon, but my favorite you got in level 2 was number 6, the Phase Zorcher, which could just go to town on the Flemoids, and it was beautiful. I mean, if you're ever surrounded in a room full of Flemoids and you have that thing, just start spinning around in a freaking circle and fire that baby off and just make a spread around you. That will take them out in beautiful way. But number 5, that weapon ended up getting fixed in Chex Quest 2, which was really cool. So I'm wondering if they kind of fixed that up, though, with this remake. But what bothers me is they're going, well, the remake is free. Nothing on Steam is free. Not a goddamn thing is free, because you still have to sign up for a freaking account. So nothing, to my knowledge, is ever free on Steam. Not a damn thing. And especially this, if it's an adventure game. Yes, yeah, an adver game. So you still have advertisements that you need to use to unlock things in the game, which you've now sucked the fun out of this. Welcome to the remake that literally sucked the fun out of Chex Quest. I mean, you could throw in games here. There were people that are still modding this shit. There are modders that actually made their own modifications to this, and in a unique way, kind of made the game a little different. I mean, they added like something cool to the, the jetpack. They added in a couple extra weapons. I think there was a modder that actually took, I think it was like the combat knife or something, or some weapon from Doom, and actually found a way to add it into the game as like a hidden weapon. They modded the game, at least their version of it, to accept it, and it looked pretty damn sweet, but I don't remember what they called it anymore. But it was really cool. I mean, this game had a lot of stuff that you could basically do, and since it was basically a Doom clone, like I said, some of the cheat codes for Doom could be used in it. There were some cheat codes in there that were really stupid and strange. There was a slime suit you could get, but that was part of the game. But there was like a mode you could get invincibility. You could change the color of the screen. There was a whole bunch of stuff you could do in that. And the whole time I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is a fun game. I always got a joy out of playing it. My mom was the first one to beat it in the house, because I didn't beat it, she did. But I could never beat level 4. I always got lost in the maze. So if I'd ever be speedrunning this, I would get lost in that maze like that. I could never get my way out of that maze. But with level 2, I was the only one that seemed to ever be able to get their hands on the BFG. It's actually called the LAZ, the Large Area Zorcher, but after watching a speedrunner or somebody actually talk about the game on YouTube, they named it Chex Quest BFG, or Big Fucking Gun, and I'm just like, yeah, that works. I like the title BFG better. That is definitely the BFG of Chex Quest. Is this gun, this big ass Zorcher? It is the BFG. I mean, you fire that thing off, and not a Flemoid's gonna survive that's in its pathway. It'll just wipe them out. And I just love that. But the second game was fun. You went back to Planet Bazoink. No, you went back to the Chex Federation. You left Bazoink, and you're back home at the Chex Federation, and all hell's broken loose. The first game took place on Bazoink. Technically, the caverns under Bazoink and the launch pad. You basically worked your way up to down. And then the second game, it was you're back on, the Chex homeworld, but all hell's broken loose. The Flemoids have made it back there, and yeah, now you got a clean house, which was actually kind of fun. Then Chex Quest 3 is sort of like the same deal, only you have to finish off the massive meteorite at the end of it, which gets a little screwy, I will admit. But I did beat that, and I remember beating that level. I thought that was kind of fun. But still, you can download Chex Quest 3, and you can play Chex Quest 1, 2, and 3 off of that. If you still have the original CD for Chex Quest from the serial, it won't work anymore, because there's apparently something in the original CD code that won't play on modern PCs, but if you download Chex Quest 3, you can still play it. So if you really want my opinion on what you should do here, if you're really gung-ho that you want the remake, you feel free. Download it free from Steam. Go to Steam, play it for free. If you just want to play it and not have to deal with multiplayer mode or any of that bullshit, just download Chex Quest 3. Just type it into a Google search, find it, download it, play it. That is all you got to do. It's a zip file. Just unzip it. It's in there. That's all there is to it. It actually saves your progress, too. So it's like you can put it onto an SD card, and you can have Chex Quest on an SD card. And that is it. It is a fun game. Like I said, I highly recommend it. Check it out if you get a chance. I mean, the Anchor Video Game Nerd did a freaking review on it. It's a good game. He even admitted it. It's a good game. There's nothing wrong with it. But still, it's not bad. And I appreciate that they're giving it a remake, but that's one that didn't need a remake. I kind of think General Mills is hoping to cash in on nostalgia, and it's not exactly going to pan out all that well, especially when you involve somehow microtransactions in this via advertisements that you have to go to freaking Instagram to deal with. Screw that noise to hell. as far as I'm concerned. That's an annoyance. But yeah, uh, it's a fun game. I loved the game as a kid. It's a good game. I recommend it. It's fun. All right, so this is an interesting topic. So apparently, Kingdom Hearts is getting a TV show that is reportedly headed for Disney Plus. So once again, I just gotta throw my hands up in the air and go, why does Disney Plus want to have their hands in every freaking pie anymore? So Kingdom Hearts is remaining a sanctuary for millions of gamers out there. Well, yeah, because you had, what is it? Kingdom Hearts 1, which is still loved by so many, the original. You had Kingdom Hearts 2, which actually was the only Kingdom Hearts game I ever really beat, besides, which I then later on beat 358 Days Over 2, which is really cool. Then you had all these other games that came out in between. So you had, after 358 Days Over 2, you had, what was it, Birth by Sleep, then Dream Drop Distance, and, well, I also beat Chain of Memories, so technically I beat 3 games. It was Kingdom Hearts 1, then Chain of Memories came out, then Kingdom Hearts 2, then 358 Days Over 2 for the DS, then Birth by Sleep for the I think it was the PSP, then Dream Drop Distance, so there's one beforehand, there's like a whole other game, and it all culminated then to Kingdom Hearts 3. Which, I've said this before, they could literally just make this a series, like a CGI series, and it would be pretty good. Just take the video game aspect out of it, have a script, do CGI characters for it, and you would make a fucking fortune off of this. Apparently, I guess somebody must have heard me out, and must have either listened to me, got the idea from me, or I was on the same wavelength that they were already thinking on and halfway through. So, this is really cool, but it wasn't long ago, apparently, that a report surfaced saying that Kingdom Hearts was destined for a TV show on Disney Plus. 2 reporters have collaborated the claim with some important tweets, so this is really interesting. So, social media influencer Jeremy Conrad shared something about Kingdom Hearts, which got fans buzzing. Scooper said it's true in reference to the game's future plans for TV, and he backed up his point with a gif of Sora, Donald, and Goofy, which is pretty cool. So now Skylar Schuler of the This Insider is speaking up, and the editor-in-chief has shared what he knows about the Disney Plus title. So according to Schuler, Kingdom Hearts will be a series on Disney Plus rather than a movie. It will be CG animated by an unknown studio, so fans don't need to expect a live-action cast to appear. Live-action cast would never work for this. You, honest to God, would need the CGI. Mostly because that's how fans know it. This isn't going to be some simple type of bullshit show where you could go, oh yeah, here, let's just make it like this. I still think that the movie thing would work out, but if you're going to do it as a TV series instead, that might actually be better. You can like actually go shot for shot the whole story. Because remember, Kingdom Hearts 3 literally was just the end of one arc for the entire Kingdom Hearts franchise. It's just one part of the story that's done. So there is that. Just keep that in mind. It's just one act was done. However, though, Square Enix is going to do the pilot using the Unreal Engine. Why don't they just use the Unreal Engine for all of it? I mean, I know that there's a licensing thing with it, because you can actually download the Unreal Engine, and when you download it, you have to agree that, oh, yeah, you know, you're not going to use it for this and this, anything you use it for, blah, 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 blah. There's like a law, because I downloaded a copy of the Unreal Engine to see, you know, if you could actually make something out of it, and I never got around to it. But you have like a whole bunch of stuff that you have to agree to before you download it. It's almost like you're willing to sell your soul to the devil in a way, but, you know, in this case, the devil gives you an engine to make a fucking video game. And you can download. I think I still have it yet. Hold on. I think I still have that download yet, even. Hold on a minute. I think I still have it. Because I threw like a lot of stuff in my program folder here. I think I still have it. I think. Don't shoot me. I think I still have it. Maybe not. Let's see. That, Ultra, Universal Translate, LibreOffice, League of Legends, Handbrake, Go to Geek. I got Epic. Oh no, yeah, I do. Epic Installer, Unreal Engine. Yeah, okay, I still do have it yet. Yeah, from Epic Games Incorporated. I downloaded it like 2 years ago. So yeah, I mean it's still. Yeah, I mean I downloaded it. Whether or not I'll ever get around to doing anything with it, yeah, but you can download it. It's free to download. So I mean, Square Enix, whoever's even going to take over the CGI for it, honestly, God would be an idiot to not deal with the Unreal Engine. That'll make it as lifelike as possible, but it'll still be CG. And in all honesty, that'll work really good for this because you would almost need it. You do live action with this, and you would just be pissing it straight down the drain, literally. So finally, though, the Disney voice actors who appear in the video game are expected to reprise their roles in this TV show. This includes the talents of Jim Cummings, Bill Farmer, Tony Anselmo, and more. At this time, there's no word on whether the voice actors for original characters like Sora will return, and the same goes for the franchise's Final Fantasy characters. Seeing as if Square Enix is going to be doing this and you want to use any of their Final Fantasy characters, I don't see Disney Plus being able to possibly make a deal with them because I still think Square's kind of miffed over the fact that a lot of their characters got usurped in the third game. But then again, with this being a franchise that's been a collaboration between the two of them, I could kind of see Square going, yeah, you know what, we could do that. That's not a problem. And if they wouldn't get Haley Joel Osment to reprise his role as Sora, they'd be idiots to not take that up. I mean, literally, he's just got to sit in a damn booth and record the damn lines. I don't think he'd have an issue with that. Plus the fact it'd be a fucking paycheck. I don't think he's gonna have a hard time saying no to that. Hell, I wouldn't even have a hard time saying no to that. I mean, you're just literally sitting in the booth recording the lines. You're getting paid for it. Yeah, hell yeah, we get to be part of something really cool. But you have the tweet here though with Sora, Donald, and Goofy. But Skylar Schuler in the tweet said, been tagged in Jeremy's post, which is true. So here's what I know. Kingdom Hearts will be a Disney Plus series, not a movie. It's animated, CG. Disney VO actors are expected to reprise their roles. Jim Cummings, Bill Farmer, Tony Anselmo. All I know. And then you have Jeremy Conrad's tweet underneath it, or saying, yes, it's true. And then you have Sora, Donald, and Goofy. So yeah, this has got me hyped. I actually want to say that. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the fact that it's going to Disney Plus, though. But on the bright side, that could mean that somebody might strike a deal with them to put it out on like home media release later on to try to, really nail some money after the whole Disney Plus license for it might expire. They might say, hey, look, this thing's been on here for like a year and a half. Can we move it over to this? Or you might just have somebody that might just go the simple route and just pirate its sorry ass over to YouTube, and I can watch it for like a day before the YouTube bot takes it down for copyright and Disney finds out. So there is a possibility. I mean, yeah, anything's possible. I mean, hey, somebody else puts it up on YouTube, and people watch it. You can't blame the people that watch it on YouTube for the one person that put it up on YouTube. I mean, you put something up for free, people are gonna watch it. That's how it goes. But this definitely has got to be Disney Plus's idea to try to get more asses back into their subscription pool and on their couches and stuff watching their service. Because like I said in my, I think it was the Q&A I said that. If not, I think it was before that in one of my other things. With Disney Plus, they lost a lot of subscribers when The Mandalorian ended because not a lot of people wanted anything else on their server. And this is now them trying to recoup a lot of the fans that left them or try to garner more fans to take their place. So it's easy. You can see why they're doing it. I don't like how they're doing it, but you can see why and all the fun parts. But after Kingdom Hearts 3 finally came out last year, after all of it, by the way, came out, I should say, and more than a decade of waiting, this title left more questions than answers about the fate of Sora and his fellow Keyblade wielders. The animated series could fill in gaps for fans as a yet announced Kingdom Hearts 4 gets underway. Yeah. But for now, all chat of the show's story is speculation. But if Sora has any part in it, then fans can expect lots of chat about hearts, darkness, the power of friendship. That's when we just get all the people from Captain Planet involved in this. Then we just have, all the Keyblade wielders. Then it's like you just have, Axel, Kyrie, Mickey, or no, I got it. You need 5 of them. You have Axel, Kyrie, Donald, Goofy, Riku. Come on, Sora! By your powers, by your friendship combined, I am back to life! I don't mean to be insensitive about it, but that Eddie still pisses me off that he just dies, and I still don't understand why he had to do that, and it never makes any sense to me. I still think he could have easily been brought back, but that's bullshit at this point, and they're trying to find him in the bonus DLCs, and that was a nightmare. I mean, the DLCs were fun to watch, but that was a nightmare. This thing will probably be, though, my best guess might be retelling the entire tale of Kingdom Hearts just to buy themselves some time. Because you figure, and this is the other kicker part for this. So you have cutscenes that were already made for the games. And this even goes back to my argument about with Game Freak and the whole Pokemon fiasco. You could easily take the old school animations, the old school, I want to say, screenshots, the cutscenes, and based off of those, just improve upon those, or some of the ones that you want to reuse again for certain scenes. That'll help save you some trouble if you get the same actors back, and just pop them through a handbrake or something, give them an HD treatment, and your problems are like solved, at least for some of the stuff. But yeah, otherwise I can kind of see them having to take a lot of this back to formula, but it's not exactly a bad idea at this point. But yeah, but this has the fandom hyped, but we're still waiting on an official confirmation to be handed down by either the Lords on High at Disney or the minuscule kingdom that is Square Enix, that sits way off in the distance near the borderlands, and you have Disney sitting high on their throne looking down at all the people going, how can we take more money from them? I don't know. I don't know, King Mickey. Well, figure it out and get back to me. I want to know how to take more money from them. I mean, he was Don Mickey, but with Kingdom Hearts, he's King Mickey, and that literally fits the whole thing, because he literally is King Mickey in the game. Alright, but yeah, so that's still a pretty cool, idea anyway. So if we're gonna get a Kingdom Hearts TV show, I mean, hopefully, at best case scenario, maybe Disney Plus, maybe Square Enix will get a deal with Disney and just go, hey, look, we don't want this to be squarely on your, streaming service. Other fans might want to watch this that don't want to subscribe to your streaming service. Can we do like a 2-off deal? Set up an official YouTube channel or something for it, put it up on there, weekly episodes with ads. And they probably could and make some money. I mean, look at the Gundam Info channel. They put up episodes of Gundam series when they're coming out, and they put in ads. I mean, you can watch it with ads, so they are getting ad revenue. So, I mean, you can just do that. I mean, you get enough people to watch it, the ads will pay for themselves. I mean, you'll get ads that'll go up on there. That's not a problem. And this would get hundreds upon millions of views. I mean, it is what it is. But still, I find it hilarious. But this is still something that, like I said, this would work really good as a movie. But TV series, I could get behind a TV series too. Because then we'll at least get a full story. They won't be slicing and dicing it to make sense in the fit time. We'll get a full series. I mean, worst case scenario, they could have just split it up into 3 movies. Kingdom Hearts, throw Kingdom Hearts 1, or like do like a Chain of Memories movie and kind of have flashbacks to Kingdom Hearts 1, or just do like Kingdom Hearts, Chain of Memories, make it its own movie, then Kingdom Hearts 2 could be its own movie. So you'd have like that'd be Kingdom Hearts, you could call it 2.1 or something. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories would be 1.5, which is what it technically was called then, the remake. And then you could have Birth, 358 Days Over 2, Birth by Sleep, and all them be standalone films, and sort of make a franchise out of it. You could have done that and made a franchise out of it. I mean, with Disney, their freaking movie franchises get a crap ton of money, and they literally do a lot of digital effects and stuff. So that would definitely have helped them out a lot. But sure, no, we'll just make this Disney Plus only. It's going to be a TV series. That's fine. But then you're taking something that would have had the aspect of being like 2, 3, 4 hours, and you're condensing it into 30-minute episodes apiece. So you're going to have to stretch that out over a wide range of time. So there is that scenario too that they'll have to deal with. So you're going to have what would essentially be one massive story that you could tell in like 2 or 3 2-hour movies. You're going to have to chop and slice down to like 30-minute intervals, and adding an intro and an ending to it, more like 21 to 23 minutes. And you're going to have to do that each freaking time. And with Disney Plus, since they release their stuff weekly and not all at once to binge like Netflix does, you're gonna have it be one of those, they'll come back for the next episode versus we'll want to see the movie. But the thing is that depending on how you do it, the movie may have been a better version than the TV series, but the TV series could be better than the movie. It's one of those up in the air things depending on how they do it. But either way, it's got me excited. Hopefully we'll get some love out of it. If not, oh well, at least they came up with a brilliant idea and they went to bat with it. Okay, so Makoto Shinkai is definitely one of those names that is now synonymous with really interesting animation movies, like anime movies. Really good. I mean, you had Your Name, which just blew the hell up right when it came out. I have yet to see it, and it pisses me off. I've seen like a couple clips, and that's about it. I basically just whet my appetite for it. And the same goes with this one. Weathering with You. I believe this was his second movie. I think he's only done 2, so this is like his second movie. But he's revealed, though, that there was a massive mistake that made it into the movie. And ironically, the clip in question that I saw, that they have in here where he's explaining it, is actually a clip that I saw, and I didn't even notice that there was supposed to be a difference here. So, we all make the occasional mistake, and it's true. I mean, nobody's perfect. We're human. We all make mistakes. I do, too. But those who basically saw Makoto Shinkai's Weathering with You know it's a stunning visual experience. But on the occasion of the film's home video release in Japan, the director revealed one big oops that made it into the film. Apparently, he tweeted out that there are some tiny, almost unnoticeable differences between the theatrical and Blu-ray/DVD versions. But there's one shot that definitely stands out. That's a shot in which the main characters, Hakoda and Hina, are floating above Tokyo. In the theatrical version, Shinkai says he forgot to apply the cloud layer. Yeah, so apparently the big deal is he forgot to add clouds. And honestly, like I said, that's the clip that I saw, and I didn't really even notice the difference. I thought that that's how it was supposed to be. But he goes, when he's quoted here as saying, "When I realized I'd forgotten it, the blood drained from my face, LOL." He tweeted the director. He shared the fixed home video version below for reference. So down here at the bottom, which by the way, I'm amazed he operates and does a lot of his, I guess, editing on a Mac. Because that's what the one thing is, unless he just used that to watch movies. That is impressive, because I did some video editing when I went to tech school. That was one of the classes that we had to take. A buddy of mine and I fixed up a really crappy car commercial, and then there was a sort of murder mystery that we kind of did. I actually have the murder mystery on DVD because that file's like massively huge. But I still have the crappy car commercial, because we don't have either one of those cars anymore. We forgot to take the license plates off. But we don't have either one of those cars though anymore, sadly. They're both gone to the great junkyard in the skies. Well, at least I know the one that I had in there sure is. It was my mom's old Sable, and I miss that car every day. There's not a day that I don't miss that car. But yeah, I did some video editing on a Mac. It is a bitch. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, doing it on PC is not easy either. But just using a Mac. And I mean, no disrespect to anybody out there, but there is a particular reason why I will never, so long as I fucking live, own anything Apple related. Anybody that knows me, knows it's because of the Human Sentai Pad episode from South Park. I refuse to own a damn Apple product because of that. Because of that episode, I will never own a single Apple product. I mean, if by like the grace of like some universal deity or something that I managed to get married or something, and they happen to own an Apple product, it's not mine, it's theirs. I'm not held responsible for anything that they signed their name to. But yeah, no, I would not. Yeah, no way. But yeah, so the mistake on the shot though looks pretty darn okay, and I will admit that too. Was released on home video in Japan May 27th. Meanwhile, in the U.S., G-Kids is set to release their digital version on August 4th, and the Blu-ray DVD versions on September 15th. Now, like I said, I saw clips of it, and this was one of the clips that I saw, and that was from, I think somebody just recorded it at the theater, popped it up on YouTube. And like I said, I just figured that that's how it was supposed to look. I didn't know there were supposed to be clouds. I wasn't even paying attention to that part. I was paying attention to the two characters in the sky. I wasn't paying attention to the surrounding area. So that tells you that my attention was drawn to one thing. So if he honestly wouldn't have said anything, I would never have noticed, nor would I have cared to even begin with. But here's basically how the film is described. The summer of his high school freshman year, Hakoda runs away from his remote island home to Tokyo and quickly finds himself pushed to his financial and personal limits. The weather is unusually gloomy and rainy every day, as if to suggest his future. He lives his days in isolation, but finally finds work as a writer for a mysterious occult magazine. Then one day, Hodaka. Man, I cannot pronounce shit right. Hodaka meets Hina on a busy street corner. This brilliant and strong-willed girl possesses a strange and wonderful ability, the power to stop the rain and clear the sky. So, like I said, I figured from the clip that I saw, and it was only like maybe, if I remember, like a 15-second clip. I couldn't see much of it. Like I said, I was focusing on the characters. So, yeah. It's all, yeah, I didn't even notice. But you figure you have a person that can clear the sky. Okay, so let's look at the original version. Oh, look, I don't have any clouds in here. That would make sense. Unless it's, for that scene. But like I said, I didn't see everything leading up to that scene. I only remember seeing that scene for a couple seconds. So, there is that. And that was because somebody plopped it up on YouTube for like a whopping, I think it was like maybe 15-20 second clip of it. And I don't even think, it could have even just been on Twitter too. But I saw it online, it's like 15-20 seconds. So there is that. Either way, it's still interesting. I will not deny that. But I just find that hilarious that, if you would have never said anything, I don't think anybody would have really noticed unless they're going to like completely dive into the movie and tear it apart scene by scene. I don't think anybody would have noticed that. At freaking all. But hey, I like directors that'll come right out and go, look, I screwed up. I'm human. It's fixed for this. But hey, this is why there's a difference. Okay, I just want to point that out there, and it's not a director's edition or anything. It was a oops on my end. I was tired. It was the last thing I was working on, and it's like, yeah, no, I respect directors that do that. I really do. I respect that. Alright, so we're getting a little more closure now with the Kyoto Animation saga. It continues on yet, but the suspect in last year's arson attack that sadly killed 36 people and injured 33 back on July 18th of last year after the arsonist set fire, setting gasoline on fire inside of Kyoto Animation Studio 1 building, has finally been arrested. And somebody out there is going to ask this question, and I just want to stress this now. No, he was not walking around free. Now, I'm not going to say the person's name. It is in the article. Feel free, look it up. You can read it right in the article. I'm not going to say the name. If I did in past ones, that's past ones, but I'm not going to in this one because this one cuts a little deep. So the police have been waiting for the suspect, 42-year-old, the 42-year-old suspect, I'm not going to say his name, to recover enough from the burns he sustained in the attack to finally be able to arrest him. So it's one of those, you're not under arrest, but your ass isn't going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're under arrest, but you're not leaving the hospital. You know this, we know this, you're not leaving, basically. He has now officially been arrested. So he still cannot walk, but was carried out by a stretcher from the hospital to the police station. He has admitted to the charges. And Kyoto Animation did release a statement regarding this. They have nothing to say about the person in general, and that the suspect's actions and their results are what matter, and that no explanation nor apology will bring back the colleagues who lost their lives or heal the wounds of the survivors. And I agree with that. Wholeheartedly, I agree with that. Because you're not going to give any explanation to justify this. This was murder on a grandiose scale. This left a black mark on anime for a while. I mean, besides the fact that this showed that anime fans, and I want to try to tiptoe through this if I can, but this proved that anime fans are not selfish individuals, that they do care a lot. This hurt. This cut deep. I still remember, because this happened, it would have been on this would happen on a Thursday. Well, I saw it on a Thursday morning, so I have to figure out the time change. But basically, it happened on July 18th over there. I saw it, I think it was July 19th for me, or 18th for me, but it was like later in the day. But either way, because I saw it, it was a Thursday morning when I saw it. And I was devastated. I mean, my heart just hit the bottom of my chair. I could feel it. It just cracked right into the bottom of my chair. Just cracked right there. And this is just one of those things that there is no justifying it. There's no unique way of saying, well, I didn't mean to do it. It just happened. You knew what you were doing with this one. This is a no-brainer here. The studio also says it believes the authorities will pursue criminal responsibility for the suspect to be to the maximum extent possible. I hope he gets it. He might try to plead insanity. I don't know how that works in Japanese courts. But yeah, I agree with him. No explanation nor apology is going to bring back the colleagues that lost their lives. The friends and co-workers and colleagues that they lost, that were literally trying to escape this heinous act, that lost their lives. The ones in the stairwell, the ones on the second floor, no words are ever going to bring them back to life. None. No apology, no explanation, none. And the wounds that the survivors have, I don't mean like any disrespect or anything, but they're going to have PTSD from this for a while. You're going to have, like, the smell of smoke is going to trigger this. I can almost guarantee it. Like, somebody is barbecuing on, like, a grill or something, and they smell just a whiff of charcoal. It's going to trigger a PTSD panic attack. I guarantee it. And, yeah, no words or explanations. I agree. No explanation or apology is ever going to bring them back. You can't say, I'm really sorry that I did this. They're not going to take it. I don't blame them for not wanting to take it. Like I said, I not at all. I don't blame them. I wouldn't take it either. If this would have happened to a company that I'd be in charge of, and the person would come and say, I'm really sorry for my actions, I wasn't myself, I would not accept the apology. I'd say, you know what? There's a grave over there. There's a cemetery. You go over there, you find every single one of the people that died, and you tell them that. And if they accept your apology, then I'll accept it. And since they're never going to talk to you again, they're never going to accept it. So I wouldn't accept the apology either. No apology, no explanation. I agree with that. The studio says that they believe the authorities, like I said, will pursue criminal responsibility of the suspect to the maximum extent. Yeah, I hope they do. I freaking hope they do. I hope they throw the book at the guy. Throw the book, lock away the key. I mean, first off, he sat in the hospital for almost a good year. I figure he's been in the hospital for almost a good year. You're going to basically... You were sitting in there, you're probably figuring, you know what? I mean, if you were thinking anything, it's probably like, I'm not getting out of this unscathed. I'm going to jail. I'm going to go to jail. There's no way out of it. I'm going to jail. Definitely going to jail. And yeah, you are. Wholeheartedly, you're going to jail. The studio would like, I think, full punishment, maximum punishment, extended possible. I agree with that. Because, like I said, I do agree with them. There is no explanation nor apology that will bring them back. There's no words that you are going to say that this person could say that's going to change their minds. No. I don't for a moment think. But at least in this case, I want to say the 36 people that lost their lives, the 33 that were injured, not to mention all the other people that this affected, this kind of brings a little closer to closure for them. I mean, the building's gone. It has been dismantled. The whole building's gone. You have the fact that, you know, I think the ones that are still working yet were shipped off to other locations. Either way, this is not something that is going to... It's going to take a while to heal. And it's not something that's going to heal overnight. You're going to have the scars of this because it's going to be the way that somebody does something, or like another coworker will do like one little joke, or they'll make a comment, or they'll laugh a certain way, and it'll make them remember like a colleague that passed away in this, that lost their life in this. And it's not something that's going to go away with ease. It is going to be there for a while. So yeah, hopefully this gives them a little bit of closure, like just a bit more than they had beforehand, but I don't know how much. But hopefully this will get them at least one more step towards being able to put this behind them and being able to move on to a better life, hopefully. Alright, so this I find hilarious as all hell. Alright, so I love this. Street Fighter V costume design contest is asking for free labor. So let me get this straight. It's a design contest, but we're not going to pay you. We want you to do this for free. That's great. That's beautiful. It's the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life. So Capcom recently opened a special contest for Street Fighter V, asking fans to submit costume designs for possible inclusion in the fighting game's final season. On the surface, this may seem like a cool way to interact with fans, but the lack of any monetary compensation makes it all too easy to view this contest as another instance of a developer disregarding the very real work that goes into crafting these designs. Because in this case, basically Capcom doesn't want to pay you, but what you have to do is basically do the work for them and do it for free. Yay! I find it funny. But so Capcom is requesting basically known as spec work, what they're requesting. It's just a punchy way of describing creative work done on a volunteer basis with no promise of compensation. Oh, that sounds oddly familiar to me. Oh yeah, I did that for a long time. Yeah, spec work. So that's what it's called. I'll have to update my resume with that. I did some spec work for the local fire company. This is a punchy way of describing creative work done on a volunteer basis with no promise of compensation. Yeah, that's for damn sure. Yeah, that's some spec work right there. Unfortunately, working for exposure doesn't put food on the table. No shit. It doesn't put... Yeah, volunteer work does not pay the bills. You know, the banks will not take hugs and smiles and, you know, happy little, I think you're great notes as payment. Believe me, I thought about that, and they told me no. Hell, my student loan people wouldn't even take just a happy picture of me with my diploma as payment. I actually did think about that. I actually sent them that as a question when I had to put it into a forbearance years ago. Like, I mean years ago, when I had to renew the forbearance. And I was like, well, can I, so I did it on the phone and then I did it online instead. I was like, well, can I just send you, like, in lieu of money, could I just send you a happy picture of myself with my diploma that says that I at least like the fact that I got a diploma? And the person's like, no, sir, that wouldn't work for us. I didn't think that would. I didn't think it would. I just wanted to try. I wanted to try. I just wanted to try. So yeah, but it doesn't pay. It doesn't put food on the table. While reactions to the contest though have been generally positive, it's frustrating that a mega successful video game company like Capcom would ask folks to work for free. You're sure that there's many fighting game communities, amazing artists that would have jumped at the chance to do paid work for Street Fighter V, especially just to get their name out there. Even with the COVID-19 pandemic wreaking havoc on economies, there probably would have been fans just to get the exposure to go, you see that skin? You see that outfit right there? You see that outfit that Ryu's wearing? That outfit right there, I designed it. That is my baby right there that he's basically shooting a Hadouken from. That's suddenly burned off him. Oh, son of a bitch! Yeah, that would be something that they would have just jumped at that, honestly. Especially if they would have paid them. Like, hey, look, here. Look, we'll give you like $100 or something to, you know, design. Just even a piss poor amount. Pay them trinkets to work for the fucking castle. I don't care. It's, you know, would have been fine. But no, this was basically a middle finger. That's what it is. So what it comes down to, though, is the contest is asking people to create something that Capcom almost certainly pays the other artists for on a regular basis. And I wouldn't doubt it. Even if the design isn't used in the game, esports photographer and outspoken critics of the contest, Robert Paul, told Kotaku, and I quote here, Capcom could easily seek out artists in the community or make a call for portfolio submissions and commission them the same way they'd work with any third party. To me, that would be the true show of goodwill and give artists the same, if not better, exposure and opportunity. Instead, this is meh, screw you. Instead of paying artists, though, Capcom is marketing the fact that the chosen designs will appear in their game, basically. And that's what bothers me. The chosen designs, though, will appear in Street Fighter V as the main reward for their hard work. It's entirely possible that these designs will in turn be sold, or at the very least spur additional sales of the game from folks who want to use them. Winners will also receive an in-game title to use during online play. The total monetary value of the prize is $0, states Capcom's official rules. Oh, okay. Oh, no, there's official rules. I gotta pull up the official rules now. The contest rules also stipulate that Capcom assumes ownership of every entry, even ones that don't win. In the end, the developers will basically be sitting on a vault of crowdsourced costume ideas that it can pull from anytime it wants without having paid anyone a fucking penny. You cheap-ass bastards! I gotta love that! You cheap-ass bastards! Wow! Capcom, though, did not respond to Kotaku's request for a comment. I wonder fucking why. As I wait for the quote-unquote rules in the contest here to load up so I can easily see this. I mean, this is just... This is horrible. This is sad. Apparently they did... Kotaku did reach out to a freelance illustrator, Lynn, known online by the handle Swan-O, or Sean-O, I don't know how to say that any other way, for a better idea of the work that goes into one of these designs. Lynn is one of the fighting game community's most prominent artists and someone I've personally commissioned in the past. I showed her some of the examples, costumes Capcom provided on the contest page, and asked for her opinion. By the way, I'm reading from the article. I don't know this person. I'm reading from the article. And asked this person for her opinion on how she would approach a similar project, including what she would charge. So this is the part that I love. So like I said, I was just literally reading off of the article. I don't know this person or in any way, shape, or form. I just was reading off the article because that was the best way I could describe the next part here, which is her quote. Okay? This is honestly really good. So, a lot of time and research are needed to work on a character or costume design, she explained. You want the outfit to help the character stand out. That could mean their personality, intent, or the silhouette that the designer wants to portray. As a designer, you want the character to be easily recognizable in what they wear or how they are dressed. How detailed you want the designs to show on each piece may be as little to 1 to 2 hours to maybe several days, based on how much you want to nitpick. If I was asked to design a costume for a big name company that would be commercializing it, it's probably in the $500 range, maybe even more. That was her literal explanation. So Capcom is asking for free labor that, and this is the sad part, that they are probably going to up and put behind fucking paid DLC. So in other words, oh no, your game, your design, it's going to be out there. It'll be used in the game, but people are going to have to pay to use it. What in the hell? Why should I pay to have something that was probably created by somebody else for free? And there you go. That's how they make your money. Okay, the official rules are up now, so I can kind of see what thing here is. Okay, so here's the official thing here on this. Hello, fighters and artists. Street Fighter V Champion Edition was released back in February 2020, and the new version includes all 40 characters, 34 stages, and 200 plus costumes. We appreciate all of the Champion Edition support, and we'd like to open the dojo to our community even more, as we wouldn't be here without you. That said, we are ready to unveil the Street Fighter IV Champion Edition Costume Design Contest. From beautifully designed collaboration costumes to Akimen's incredible Chun-Li wardrobe, we've seen some incredible Street Fighter V costumes over the years, and now is your chance to add your name to the list of amazing artists. Submit your most fun, fierce, and or elegant platinum level designs for a chance to see your costume displayed in the game. Winners will also receive a special in-game title exclusive to them. That's one great prize there. We'll be selecting our favorite picks and asking the community to vote for the 2 terrific outfits to be featured in Street Fighter V Champion Edition. Want to know how it works? Well, check out the details below and get ready to show off your artistic skills. Yeah, this is bullshit. Okay. So, how do you participate? You know, if you want to get involved in this bullshit, basically, design a costume for any Street Fighter V character of your choosing. Submitted designs must also comply with the following specifications. Here we go. A minimum resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixels, 72 DPI, JPG or PNG format, not to exceed a file size of 10 megabytes, only one entry per person accepted. Multiple entries submitted through multiple email addresses will be disqualified. Which brings my question, how in the hell would you know if there are multiple people? The contest begins on May 27th and ends on July 21st at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So you email these submissions to the appropriate email address below. America's EMEA, Asia, and Japan. They have theirs on there where you can send it to. Various designs will be selected through a collaborative effort from Capcom staff and community voting. The community voting will begin on August 17th, 2020 at 10 a.m. and end on the 31st at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. The winning costume design will be featured in Street Fighter V Champion Edition. Both winners will be announced in early September 2020, subject to reasonable changes by Capcom. Ooh, I like that! Subject to reasonable changes by Capcom. So in other words, Capcom will take your free picture, and then they will have their paid artists, the ones that they have on payroll, to change it up just enough so it's no longer yours and it's officially theirs, so that then they can say that they don't have to give you shit. That's beautiful! Beautiful! Oh my god, I love it. That's beautiful. Oh my god, that's great. Okay, so you get the contest rules here, and I know somewhere contest prize. Okay, winner selection 80. Yeah, 80 total design for the characters will be nominated by a panel of Capcom staff in each respective region, with 20 nominations per region of the 80 designs. Capcom Japan's research and development team, or their R&D team, will nominate 3 of the 2 designs with the most aggressive number of votes via Twitter likes. Will be winning entries for a total of 2. 2 winning entrants refer to Section 6, contest winners, for detailed explanation of the winners' selection process. As the prizes of this contest, the winning design will be featured in the Capcom game Street Fighter V Champion Edition, the game, in a form and manner to be decided by Capcom at a later date. And in sole discretion, the costumes and the winners will receive an exclusive title in the game, and together the prize. Capcom's representatives will contact the winners within 20 days of the winner's announcement to explain the prize timeline, and will also reveal the winner's full details of the prize in due course. The total monetary value of this prize is $0. So, Capcom wants some free sweat labor. Bastards can go screw off. No, seriously. I mean, I get a freaking kick out of this. That it's like, oh no, we want some free labor. Yeah, no, you're not getting any. Like, not freaking happening here, okay? I just get a freaking kick out of this. So, they want to crowdsource some free artwork. Basically, hey, bring us your bring us your designs for a character from Street Fighter. You're not going to get anything, but you'll get a title, and your artwork will be featured in our wonderful game. And if that's not good enough for me, I'd like a little bit of greenbacks and arrows and cabbage. Oh, yeah, no, screw you. We want this shit for free. It's almost as bad as that one, there was like a person on Twitter that that did a bunch of stuff for YouTubers, and somebody came up to them, sent them an email and said, hey, I'd like you to do this, this, and this for my channel, blah, 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 and do it for, like, I think the person says like $50. And the person's like, well, first off, I'm a little busy with other work at the moment. I'm not able to do that. And on top of that, for a job like this, I would be charging at least this much for that. Oh, no, you don't understand. I want you to pay me $50 in a follow-up email they got that they put up on Twitter. I want you to pay me $50, and you get the privilege of having your work shown on my channel. I remember seeing that on Twitter, and this is exactly reminding me of that. This is a joke. So, this contest shows an unfortunate bitterness towards both fair labor practices and the value of artists' work. But yeah, this was definitely the same thing they saw with the controversy that surrounded Ubisoft's attempt to crowdsource artwork and music for Beyond Good and Evil 2. Developers should know better than to ask fans to work for free. Exploiting someone's passion when you absolutely have the resources to compensate them for their labor is pretty questionable and unfair to artists trying to make a living with their art. A freaking men to that. That is horrible. So, first off, if anybody out here is listening to this and you honestly were contemplating doing this, don't. Let them sit and spin. Okay? Seriously, let them sit and spin on this one. They opened up this floodgate on their own. Let them, fall into the wastepan of it. They screwed up. They're going to get owned. Let them get owned. Let them get screwed. This is not your problem. That's their issue. They f***ed up and they know it. You don't ask for something like that for free. That is bullshit. Yeah, here, let me design a character for you for nothing. And while I'm at it, because, I'm not going to get any actual monetization out of this because they're going to... I love that how it's at their discretion they could change it. Yeah, they're going to change it at their discretion. It's going to get changed just enough. Just enough. They'll change the shading color of it. They'll change the ink thickness of it. They will change just enough of it. Because I like how it's like 10 megabytes. For YouTube to have a thumbnail put up on YouTube for your video is like 2 megabyte total. For them, they want a 10 megabyte maximum file. So that tells me that this is going to be part of paid DLC, first off. And then second off, they're going to change it just enough to make the file size smaller. So that they can go and say, it's not yours anymore. See, your file size was this big. This file size is this big. And as you can plainly see, this differs greatly from this one. And your character is technically ours now. The design is ours. And we had to do a bit of polishing up on it, so to speak. And in the process, sort of change it so it's not yours anymore. But we'd like to thank you for entering our contest anyway. I mean, if anybody out there thinks that this sounds stupid, let me know in the comments. It sounds fucked up to me. That sounds royally fucked up to me. This is beautiful. I'm gonna have to submit this for Pat and Ian to talk about on their podcast. I am curious to hear their thoughts on this. Hey guys, what are your thoughts on this entire thing? You know what? Screw it. I'll just put you guys down on the Twitter. I'm gonna give you guys a shout out. What is your thought? Pat and Ian of the CU podcast. I'm calling you guys out on this one. I want to hear your thoughts on this. What is your thought on Capcom offering some free labor to design a costume for Street Fighter V? I want to know your thoughts on that, damn it. Say that in your podcast. I want to know what you guys think on that. Oh yeah, I want to know what you think on that. But yeah, that's horrible. That you're wanting to get some free labor. They're jerks. They really are. Alrighty, everybody, that's going to pretty much do it then this week for the absolutely completely random podcast. I'd like to thank Professor Klump for at least helping out with the intro while I had to go take a pee. And I'd also like to thank everybody out there who submitted your questions for the Q&A for May. Thank you all so much. I had a blast doing that. I already have like 13 questions already for June, so keep them coming. Looking forward to doing June's. I really enjoy doing the Q&A, the monthly Q&A videos. They're a lot of fun to do those, so I really do appreciate it. So don't forget, if you want to have your question come up, make sure you have the parenthesis Q and A. So it's Q ampersand A parenthesis, so I don't answer it right away. And, yeah, otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to the channel here. Don't forget to check out my other videos. There should be a playlist popping up at the end of this one during my end title. So, yeah, there should be a video that'll be best suited for you, the viewer. And there'll also be a playlist of the other podcast episodes. You can go back in and listen to all those. I have almost 4 years worth of podcasts on here. I mean, I'll be going into the 4th year in September. So, yeah, there's a lot of podcasts on here. There's a lot of things you could listen to get a kick out of, like the Sailor Moon condoms, or GameStop's beautiful idea to give you $5 a month to buy something in their store, or so many other things that you just have to love. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm Andrew Rhodes. I'm getting tired. I'm going to bed. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me for the last hour-ish. And until next week, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the absolutely, completely random podcast. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you all next time. Ciao.